we talk about the 104 average for Mighty Mike in his 7-3 win. James Wade hit 103.9, one against 80. They're both in form. Could be a classic.
Could be an absolute belter.
59.
James Wade in his first match against Lewis showed that steely determination. And Gerwen, he put Phil Taylor in his place. What
81
will happen?
Wonder what sort of pace the game will be played at. Will James play a little bit of mind games? Will Wadey look to dictate the pace of the game, because so much is made of Mighty Mike's pace with the way he throws? But James has got plenty of experience under his belt. He's a shrewd operator. I'm sure he'll try and dictate the pace of the way the game goes here, Wayne.
Yeah, it's interesting you mention the pace, because I thought Phil Taylor tried to slow Michael down, and I thought James Wade tried to slow Adrian Lewis down. So maybe James will have the same ploy here. But Michael, it just doesn't seem to matter what you do. He just carries on playing darts, and
100
does it very, very well indeed.
All set up beautifully. Wadey, the 2009 Premier League darts champion, of course, and Mighty Mike Grand Prix winner last October in Dublin. But he knows what it takes to win the Premier League. James Wade, a competition dominated by Phil Taylor. Not this year.
145.
What a setup that was. Could not be any better. James Wade.
177.
Oh my goodness. The pressure's on.
They require 40.
Tops for 1-0.
And now he has to switch for double 10. This is a big shot. And he's blown it. Not even close.
Might be required 36.
Double 18 for Mighty Mike for a break and throw. That's a marker. That's another marker. Oh.
Well, that's just unlucky. You can throw three good darts sometimes and none of them go in. James Wade, has he got away with it? Single one for double 2.
8 score.
This is quite remarkable.
18.
They missed 8 shots with a double between them, and Michael has double 9. Gets it that time.
Michael Van Gerwen.
Mighty Michael Van Gerwen takes the lead with a break and throw as well with that finish.
We said before the start of the match that it could be the flimsiness of Michael Van Gerwen's double hitting that gives Wade the advantage. That was the other way round. Van Gerwen the scorer against Wade the double hitter.
59.
James Wade quite clearly not happy,
140.
and not at his fluent best in the early stages of this match.
Still going to be very, very tough to beat. When he does have a bad leg, a bit like Michael, doesn't roll over to the next, they just kind of get over it. That's why they've been successful and won majors.
64.
Interesting switch for the treble for Michael, but James, as we say, just nowhere near the form that he showed a little bit earlier tonight with that 7-3 win and 104 average.
Might be required 157.
Treble 20, treble 19 now. Well, treble 18 till he's 24.
133.
Sorts out nicely. And it's quite hard to believe, Nigel, that it's Michael Van Gerwen's debut in the Premier League. He looks like he's been there for years, but when you're playing as well as he is, I suppose it's easy to do so.
12s. Double 6. 2-0.
Michael Van Gerwen.
Sounds simple, looks simple. We're just waiting for James Wade to find his form, which we expect him to do. Slightly distracted on the walk-on. Hasn't got out to the blocks. And Mighty Mike has been there to pounce.
Well, after the first start, the next two were perfection. And it's shots like that that can also hurt when you're not playing at your best, which James Wade is not in this match. Your opponent hits a treble one, which isn't a bad dart, but it's a miss, and then goes treble treble. It really does. It's annoying.
Lovely switch down the board from James.
100.
Model of consistency. Michael van Gerwen is averaging 94.2. Wadey down at 83.69, and a slack first dart just doesn't look right. Good recovery though.
23.
Well, we did allude to the fact earlier that playing 2 matches in the night sometimes can be taxing because the adrenaline, the ebbs and flows, got to stay up for it. Your brain's telling you, come on, where your body may give up on you.
80.
And I know people say, well, you play a lot of games on the way to victory in any tournament, and particularly in a day. You can play many games in some
58.
tournaments, but in the Premier League it's a different mentality. It must be, Wayne, you've had experience of this as Wadey hunts down 68, 12 for tops. To get a leg on the board, Van Gerwen not even on a finish.
20.
It doesn't get it, but you must build yourself up psychologically all day long for that one game. One game. But it's different here now.
Entirely agree. I can guarantee you that the preparation for this match, or the first match this evening, started last night at about this time. Got to do it right if you want to be successful.
That's better.
James Wade.
That's better. And James Wade gets a leg on the board. Switching down for treble 19. Brilliant from Van Gerwen.
Just feel like, don't you, that Wadey is hanging on. Michael at any moment can run right, whereas James just doesn't seem to be as focused as he was in the first match.
He's, let's be honest about it, where Wadey is concerned, he's clearly not happy. Clearly not happy.
100.
Needs to step it up a gear. Focus firmly on the task in hand. He's still well and truly in this match, but he hasn't hit the dizzy heights that we know he can.
Sometimes you have to win scruffy.
131.
It's a good leg from MVG.
That switch to treble 17, I mean, how can you predict that?
Try not to predict what Michael's going to do ever.
That's why we like him so much.
I can predict he go treble 20. Well, he went for it.
42.
So,
good work. 94 needed for Mighty Mike as James Wade looks to put some pressure on here.
100. Michael, you require 94.
Triple 18, possibly. Now double 18, I reckon. Oh no, Michael, I'm surprised. Double 18 being the bigger target.
Now this would really give James Wade a boost. Hasn't been at his best. Isn't going to check out here now. Van Gerwen left on tops. Just checking the score.
93.
And Van Gerwen now chasing tops for a 3-1 lead.
He's on the fourth leg. Michael
No
Van Gerwen.
fuss whatsoever.
Fifth leg is James
3-1 to Michael Van Gerwen. And every leg is becoming more and more important for James Wade.
Just thinking a little bit earlier,
100.
watching Michael in action, how much the much missed and our great pal Sid would love to have been commentating on this man in his peak, Michael Van Gerwen. It's been a delight to see Van Gerwen reach the potential we know he's had. Seemed to disappear off the radar for a while, but has now reached his full potential, Mighty Mike, and his hot property. Everybody wants a piece of him.
123.
His career seemed to change at the match play last year. overnight he just seemed like a player that was likely, rather than someone we knew had the potential that didn't seem to ever fulfil it. Now look, well, number 2.
And how often do we set up a match and we expect an absolute classic, and James hasn't been at his best? We're yet to see a 180. Who would have believed that in leg number 5?
I think Michael is now playing James. He's not playing the ball at all. The situation is kind of taken over for Michael van Gerwen. He knows James at any point can rattle off a couple of legs, and he's just waiting for something to happen. And it's for the detriment of his game. Well, that's been unfortunate, because the point never stuck in the board, or wasn't touching the bristle. Didn't count. Tops for 2-3.
James Wade.
That's more like it from James Wade.
Game on.
3-2. Michael van Gerwen leads. Whoever wins will be top of the table on 16 points. But as Wayne mentioned earlier in this match, a draw, could argue, would do both quite nicely. Keep the scoreboard ticking over in terms of the league points on the board for them. And now James Wade, can it be the first maximum of the match? Not quite. Has to settle for a ton 40, but that'll do for him at this stage. Now, here comes van Gerwen.
140.
The draw would put these two guys 5 points clear of Phil Taylor. He's in 5th spot.
99.
Thornton on 11. Barney 14. There we see. Point apiece wouldn't be a disaster for either. Michael van Gerwen clearly hunting for 2.
You could tell there was some relief there where Mighty Mike was concerned. That is the first 180 of the game.
162.
Lovely to Hunt.
That's delightful. Oh, that 162 equates to nothing. Double 5.
75.
Well, the setup from James Wade,
100.
magical. Treble 20 for double 20. It's a good marker. Oh, you see the look on his face. He didn't quite know what happened to it either.
You require 10.
Double 5 for 4-2. That's a lovely marker. Oh,
James on the 6th there.
just seemed to use a slight deflection to get into the
Doesn't like his James Rover.
finishing target of the green bit for Mighty Mike. 4-2. It's averaging 91. Still only the 180 between them. And van Gerwen looking to kick on from here, you'll feel.
He's just up in the ante, isn't he?
104.
And there's a bit more aggression in MVG's play, a bit more of a swagger. And that's exactly what's been lacking from this man's play. Against Adrian Lewis, he done a job, didn't he? He played him.
42.
He played him well.
Well, a big score here from van Gerwen, and he will have the darts very, very much back in his favour in this leg. And a break of throw will put him 5-2 up. If he can hold his throw again, he knows that he will not be beaten. Sounding a little bit premature, I know, but van Gerwen is in a great position right now, and James Wade, a pale shadow of his normal self, Wade.
Yeah, Michael's definitely realised that this is a situation that it's all down to him.
131.
It's become apparent that James Wade is not going to hit the dizzy heights that he did against Adrian Lewis. Might hit the odd good shot, but he's not putting them together.
100.
And Michael is up to his average 10 points in the last 2 legs. Double 18 for 5-2. What a marker.
78.
That was a careless last start, really. He seemed to snatch at that. He had a good marker as well. He'll be back for double 9. So, for 5-2 and another break of throw. This would put Wade in deep trouble.
Hit it before. Single 1. Double 4.
10 score.
Making a mess. And he'd done this in the first time they met in Glasgow a couple of weeks ago. He let James Wade off the hook. Will he take his chance?
Treble 18 tops. Double 17. Oh!
Well, he had to go the 60 route just for the sheer line. He pulled the double 17. Now he wants double 2. He gets it. What an important double 1 that is. Right, kind of a look of resignation on his face.
Seems that way, doesn't it? And Van Gerwen knows what a big leg that was to win. And he's off and running with a treble 20 to start with a lovely 10-40. And if he wins this leg, we remind you, he will not lose the match.
James Wade, just before that shot, puffing his cheeks out as if, oh, this is all too much.
96.
I can only repeat that he was not happy from the moment he got on the stage. And he's throwing all over the shop at the moment. 42. And Van Gerwen is in with a great opportunity now to go on and seal the deal.
43.
Oh. Sloppy darts from both. Wadey still in there fighting.
140.
That's what he does. He's a tenacious character. It may look like he's turned it in, but I can assure you he hasn't.
140.
Lovely 10-40 from Mighty Mike. He keeps James waiting. Throwing the dart on the floor as James hits the trebles. It really is a strange display from Wadey. Now, Van Gerwen looking for 82. Tops.
62. James
That was a bit quick.
24.
So it went low. The arm never come back as it should. Now, treble 14. He'd done this last week. Double 11.
102.
Oh, it looks as though he'd done all the hard work.
20.
Van Gerwen has been nothing special at the double tonight.
Here
That's more like it. 32%. He's missed 13 shots at a double. And Michael Van Gerwen knows he is assured a point, at least. And it means that James Wade has to win 4 on the trot to secure a point from this match.
Yep, MVG guaranteed to finish top of the table this evening.
125.
He will want to lead by 2 points.
Wadey will just try and keep on going because legs difference can prove decisive. And legs won against the throw as well. And it may seem a hopeless situation. You feel there with those 3 darts that Van Gerwen is playing for the next leg.
Thinking about the likes of Eddie Hamilton, Phil Taylor, they will be glad that one of these guys, it's not over yet I know, but it's looking, let's be honest, that Michael Van Gerwen will win this match. They will want a player to win this game. They do not want to see the points shared because that's no good to those that are chasing. They want to see someone run right and run away with it.
Leaves tops, Wadey, so it's looking good for him to get another leg on the board. And I'm sure Michael is just looking forward to the opportunity of trying to seal the match in the next leg with the darts. Tops for Wadey. That's uncharacteristic. Double 10. Gets there that time. It's a 3rd leg. It may only be consolation. This could be the moment. Michael Van Gerwen with the darts, with the throw. If he holds it, he wins.
Michael knows that this is his leg. This is his chance to wrap up a perfect night. It's not very often, if he does win this leg, it's not very often that you beat Phil Taylor and James Wade by the same score of 7-3.
96.
Yeah, what a night's work that would be. Saw him earlier, didn't we, Wade? And he was oozing confidence and swagger. And he's buzzing, absolutely buzzing. The adrenaline, the confidence, the lively character. And that has just developed on the stage as well. Wadey's struggling to find a treble there.
60.
Michael may start on the 57 here. Indeed he does. He's been unsuccessful.
58.
He's trying to hit 133 minimum.
Well, he's 100 ahead of Wadey, or he was before that. Now, this could be a big visit for Michael van Gerwen. Needs a big score here to set up a finish to see the game through. Oh dear, what on earth is going on here?
If Michael thinks this is a done deal, it's not. James Wade knows it. Really needs another big treble. And gets it.
40.
Wadey could save the match here now. It's been a sloppy leg from Michael.
83. Change required 100.
One big treble in 9 darts is not good enough. 105, treble 20, single 5. Now tops for 6-4.
85. Michael
Now.
required 119.
Van Gerwen for the match. Needed the treble 19. Then he needed the treble 20.
59.
So double 10 for James Wade to stay in the match, keep his hopes alive, and a break of throw. Oh dear.
Double 5 now.
James on the 10th leg.
Reliable as ever.
11th leg
On
change for
double
reverse.
5. It's incredible how someone could be so good at tops, 10s and 5s. Normally it's just one or the other.
Down to the final 2 legs. And James Wade is really giving it his all here. And Michael van Gerwen, you feel, is looking for a 1040 or a 180 here now. Still only 180 between them in this match.
Well, Michael knows that this is a leg really that James should win throwing first, and all the scores being even, it will turn out that way. And then one slip, if it goes to final leg, one slip, and what was looking like 2 points will then turn into a point. You can never say you've got James Wade beat until you shake his hand and say, unlucky fella.
109.
Well, it takes the 180, and I thought at one stage he may have switched because of the perilous position that second dart was. He's managed to avoid it, and that is a big 180.
It's lunacy in my opinion. He got away with it. It's a madness. But now he's in control, and that is a perfect dart to see at least one treble in.
60.
He's looking tired now, Michael. Just a bit lethargic. Better watch out, because I don't want Wadey chasing you.
Wadey's just carried on and battled through.
139.
And he is looking
61.
like he's going to take us to the final leg. Another treble 20 would do nicely, but only hits the 1. There's some slack darts that have crept in here. Van Gerwen knows he should have been off the stage by now.
Tops. It's got to go.
18.
Well, that is mightily unlucky.
99.
James Wade threw a perfect dart that just bounced off and didn't go in.
Another one of those. Oh dear, oh dear. That would have been something special to see the game out. Now James Wade to take us down to the last leg. That's a marker. Big shot, huge pressure now. Gets there! What a display from James Wade! It looked all over. And now Michael van Gerwen has the throw. We are in the final leg. And Van Gerwen needed those 2 treble 20s.
I think this is an important leg for Michael van Gerwen, because when he played James Wade the first time, just a few weeks ago in Glasgow, he blew it. He didn't hit his doubles when he should have, and he outscored James Wade, kind of outplayed him, but Wadey somehow managed to win it. If he was to do it again, that would be a bit of a kick in the stomach, and it doesn't bode well for when you play someone again when you keep doing it. A bit like the Simon Whitlock and Andy Hamilton scenario that kind of transpired.
Needs a treble.
91.
Lovely treble 17 there from Michael Van Gerwen, and he's looking good here. Well ahead of Wadey, but this man will try and hit the big numbers and just keep the pressure on. First 180 in a game for James Wade. Is it too little, too late? That's the question. Down to treble 19. A single 19 would do nicely. Great darts from Van Gerwen. Stays up the board with that treble 20, but Michael Van Gerwen now tops for the match. And tops he gets! It's been a grueling contest, but mighty Michael Van Gerwen has won both games tonight. He's beaten James Wade 7 legs to 5, and he tops the table now on 16 points, moving on to Dublin next Thursday.